Hey guys, it's Jess from Books, and today I'm here with my used book-a-thon TBR. I'm so excited for this readathon. Kayla from Literature Reads and I are hosting it. It is taking place from August 3rd through August 9th. We have a whole bingo board. I'll link our Instagram down below. You can check it out. We will definitely be updating all throughout the week what we're reading, what other people are reading, stuff like that. I'm super excited. If you saw from the thumbnail, I've got like 11 books on my TBR. Am I going to read 11 books in a week? No. No way. I am aiming for 7. We'll see. It's one of my last week of summer, so I am planning on going into work a couple days. So, I don't know what's gonna happen that week, but I have a ton of mass markets and I have 2 other books that are not mass markets that I think I can grab from for this readathon. I'm definitely gonna be reading something on my Kindle and on audio that week as well, because I read an ebook at the gym every week, and then I also listen to an audio going to and from places and on walks with my dogs. So I'm not going to totally be reading used books, so I can't use those for the readathon though, but everything else I'm reading that week are used books. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to my stack. So the first book counts for a couple of challenges, and so Kayla and I decided we wanted to buddy read a book together because that's one of the challenges, to buddy read a book. You guys can join in if you want to read this book with us, and that is A Kiss at Midnight by Eloisa James. This is a book I've had for a while. I've been collecting Eloisa James for at least 5 years now. I have a huge stack, and I believe this one's signed. I saw her a couple years ago and got her books all signed to me, this huge stack of used books of hers, and this one is part of her fairy tale retelling series. I don't know what the series is actually called. It's got a really gorgeous step back though. I really love that. I don't know if it says it's part of a series, but this is obviously Cinderella inspired, and she has like Beauty and the Beast, there's Princess and the Pea, there's like all those different fairy tales, and I don't know what else this is about. I just want to go in knowing it's a Cinderella inspired novel, and Kayla has a copy of it too. She just sent me a screenshot of all of her Eloisa James books, and I was like, alright, I have that one, we'll read it, even though I had a lot that she had too, because we like to collect our historicals from used bookstores. But this is our buddy read, and it also has a cracked spine, so this works as a damaged book as well. I just had like an existential crisis. The next book is Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning. I looked at the date because one of our challenges is to read a book 10 years or older, and I opened this and I was like, oh, 2006, that wasn't 10 years ago. That was 13 years ago. I'm living in the past right now. This one can count as to read a book that's 10 years or older. It also takes place in Ireland. Our main character gets this, I think she can't get a hold of her sister, or like she gets a weird message from her sister and her sister dies, and so she has to go to Ireland to try to figure out what happened to her, and there's paranormal stuff going on. I read this book like 4 or 5 years ago. It's been forever and I don't remember anything except for one thing at the end. That's all I remember from this book, so I need to reread it. This is one I want to read. It's also got a cracked spine, and it has water on the cover, which is one of the challenges as well, and it's 10 years or older, so I believe this also has had a cover change, so this counts for a lot. The next one I am hoping to read is The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. I have so many people tell me to read this book and that it's so good. This one would be a new to me author, and it does take place in another country. This takes place, I believe, in Scotland, or he takes her to Scotland because he like basically kidnaps her. And I believe this is also the first in a series, and it also has a cracked spine. This just can count for everything. The best thing about this readathon is you can double up on so many of the challenges and get the whole bingo board done, no problem. The next one's the first in a series. I believe I have not read anything by this author, and it's from my favorite used bookstore, which is Half Price Books, and that is A Hunger Like No Other by Cressley Cole. I have been meaning to read this for probably a year now, and it's paranormal, it's vampires, and that's all I know, and it's the first in a super long series, but some people say it's their favorite series ever, so I need to read this. The next one I can read for a ton of challenges. It is a book I bought for 25 cents from my favorite store, Half Price Books. It was actually their warehouse sale, and it has water on the cover, and it's an author I've never read. And did I already say it takes place in another country? It takes place in Scotland, and that is Highland Fantasy. This is a super old book. It's probably older than 10 years. Yep, it came out the year I was born in 1993. That's a bit over 10 years, considering my birthday's this Thursday, and I'll be 26. So this one I just bought because of the cover, honestly, and I love Scotland. Scotland's one of my favorite places on earth now after I saw it a couple months ago, so yeah. I'm gonna read this. I don't know what it's about. I don't care. I just want to read it. The next one I really want to read because of the new show that's coming out that they're currently filming, and that is The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. This is the first book in the Bridgerton series, and my copy has a croc spine, and I know this is definitely not the original cover, or it's the original cover and it's changed, because some people say they haven't seen this cover before, but I've seen it other places too, and I got it from Half Price Books, and I'm excited. I just know that it's historical romance. I know that the series gets better, I believe, as it goes on, but I want to get into the series before the Netflix adaptation comes out by Shonda Rhimes. It's going to be amazing, so I have this. The next one I have is one, I think I took it from my mom, so like technically it's used. Yeah, that's Kiss of a Highlander by Karen Marie Moaning. She actually commented on my Instagram, my mom did, saying, oh, I need to reread that series. I used to really love it. And I was like, Mom, I'm pretty sure I took the whole series from you. So I took it from her like 5 years ago, so she probably doesn't remember that. But this one is Time Traveling Highlanders. So I noticed a theme here that I love my Highlanders, and I love Scotland, and I love time traveling too. So hopefully I can read this. Karen Marie Moaning is an author. I've been meaning to get to both of these series by her. The Fae series. I don't remember what was it Fae? I don't remember what the series is called. And this series, so I need to read it. I also collected all of this author's books used, except for her newest ones, and that is J.R. Ward. So I have the entire Fallen Angel series, I don't think that's what it's called, from Half Price Books, and then I had the entire Black Dagger Brotherhood series that I got all the paperbacks from Half Price Books, and then I recently got all the hardbacks, at least 10 of them, from eBay. So I literally always get her books used. That's because it's the cheapest. If I didn't, it'd be so expensive to have all those books, because there are 17 right now in the Black Dagger series, not including the spinoff. So this one is the Angel series, and I believe there's like 5 or 6 books right now, and we are getting to a crossroads in Black Dagger Brotherhood where they are merging. So I need to read this series if I want to know what the heck's going on in the newest Black Dagger book. So I hope to read this because I've heard it's really good, and it's super long. It's 500 pages. Why am I going to read a 500-page book during a readathon? I don't know. I like to make things difficult for myself. To balance out that 500-page book, the last 2 books I have are books that I found that were indie, actually, so they're independently published, but someone sold them back to Half Price Books, so I grabbed them, and the first one I found for $2, actually, so this could count for the challenge of $2 or less. That is The End Zone by L.J. Shen. It's a novella, so I could read this and make up for lost time that I'm reading Covet by J.R. Ward. This one, all I know, is a football romance, and I think it's like a friends to lovers. I don't know, but I like L.J. Shen, so I want to read this. And then another shorter book, I think, unless nope, the pages really are deceiving. This is actually over 300 pages. That's The Coppersmith Farmhouse by Dabney Perry. I've been really meaning to read a Dabney Perry book, especially because her motorcycle romance series is coming out in the fall, so I want to read something else by her before I jump on that train, because we all know I love motorcycle romances. So this one's Small Town. I believe it's with the sheriff, so I really want to read this. I was super excited to see it at my Half Price Books. And that's my TBR for the Used Book-a-thon. Let me know down below what you plan on reading. I would love to hear. Make sure you link down below your TBR if you post a video so that I can go watch it and get excited, because this is going to be a super fun readathon. I literally probably have gotten 50% of my books from used bookstores because I'm obsessed. So yeah, that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.